Hey folks, Simon here with your Tao Daily for Thursday, the 27th of February 2025. S&P's made a solid start to the session. They were rallying in the early part of the day, hit their highs late morning and then fell pretty heavily and then had a sort of a late last minute rally to close pretty much square. S&P cash index closed up 1 basis point. And so looking at where we are, the markets like this are just tricky, all right, because we do not have a clean trend. Now, it looks more bearish than bullish at the moment. We've got moving averages crossing over. We've got price below the 50-day. We've got price below the anchored VWAP level from the start of the year. And a retest to the bottom of this box looks like a decent probability. But when you don't have trend, anything can happen. Usually stocks will do, 70% of stocks will do whatever the broader market's doing, all right? So if the market's in a strong uptrend, that acts as a tailwind. It acts as a tide, a rising tide that lifts most boats. Right now, markets are just kind of in the middle of a chop zone, which means, first of all, taking less risk, and secondly, only taking, A-plus setups on charts that are showing strong characteristics. I'm still leaning slightly bearish here. I'm still slightly net short, but I'm not wedded to that view. I'm very open-minded about potentially leaning the other way in the near future if and when the signals justify that move. Now, the big news overnight was Nvidia earnings. They announced their earnings after the bell. Adjusted EPS beat consensus by 5%, revenue beat by 3%. That included a 5% beat for data center revenues, and adjusted operating income beat by 3% as margins topped estimates. First quarter revenue guidance was also 2% above estimates, and management reported that demand has been amazing for the new Blackwell chip, and that massive scale production is underway with billions of dollars in sales expected for the first quarter. Now, Nvidia stock had rallied 3.5 or 3.67% the day of earnings. The aftermarket reaction was ho-hum. Nvidia is basically flat, ever so slightly down. I know a lot of us were hoping that Nvidia might have tilted the market's hand one way or the other, by a big beat and a bullish reaction, or maybe a miss and a bearish reaction, might have set the wheels in motion for a stronger directional move. We're not going to get that from Nvidia by the look of it. But the technicals for Nvidia here, again, they're pretty neutral, but again, they lean slightly bearish. This gap fill reversal that I highlighted a couple of days ago, how the stock rallied, filled this gap, and that's right where it failed, is not a good omen. But so far, it is finding support at the 200-day. But given it's not going to give us the directional clarity we might have been hoping for, it looks like we may have to suffer a few more days of chop before we get some clear market signals. That's what I got for you today, folks. I hope it helps, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you.